Hey guys, I sure miss you guys around here. Today we're going to practice subtracting across zeros. I noticed we had a couple people that were a little confused about it last time we practiced the skills, so let's go over it today. We're going to watch a video, practice some math problems, and I sure wish you guys were here so I could see your beautiful faces. All right, you're going to need three things. You're going to need something to write with. Could be a pencil, pen, marker. You need something to write on, a whiteboard, piece of paper, and you need your computer or phone or whatever you're watching this video on. All right, let's get started.
Dragon, but when I was not paying attention, he ate some of them. Sorry. When I say some of them, I mean he ate a lot. To find out how many I have left, I need to subtract 3-digit numbers. I could use your help. If you are willing to help me, can you raise your hand?
I'll help.
Awesome, thank you so much. Let's get started. I am having trouble with subtracting when there are zeros in the top number. Here we have the number 400 subtract 277. I know how to regroup, and at first this looks scary, but once you understand how it works, it is a lot easier. Before we begin, let's bring in my place value house and show you what 400 looks like. In the number 400, the zeros mean that there is nothing in that place. In the ones and the tens column, we have no blocks since the number in that place is 0. In the hundreds column, we have 4 or 400s. You can see the hundreds blocks, and there are 4 of them. Now looking back at the problem, we need to start subtracting in the ones place first. We cannot do this because we cannot take 7 away from 0. We need to regroup or borrow from the tens place to be able to subtract. What number is in the tens place? 0, right, so let's borrow from the 0. Wait a minute, we can't do that. We cannot borrow from a 0. Where should we borrow from next? The hundreds place, great job. So we cross out the 4 and put a 3 there since we are borrowing one of the hundreds.
Let's do that. Cross out the 4, put a 3 above it. We're taking one of those hundreds to give to tens. Got it?
Now here is the tricky part. We cannot take this 100 straight to the ones place. We have to go down the line. So we put a 10 in the tens place. Now we can see that we have 3 hundreds in the hundreds place, 10 tens in the tens place, and 0 ones in the ones place. We still need to borrow to be able to subtract in the ones place. But now that the tens place has a 10 in it, we can borrow from that. So we take one of the tens and bring it to the ones place, and that leaves 9 tens in the tens place. Awesome job! We took one of the tens from the tens place and now have 10 ones to subtract with. Great job, guys!
Thank you.
Now we have 10 subtract 7, which gives us 3. On to the tens place, we have 9 subtract 7, which gives us 2. In the hundreds place, we have 3 subtract 2, which gives us 1. The answer is 123.
1, 2, 3.
That was so cool.
It's
awesome
as easy
job.
as 1, 2, 3.
It is a lot easier to work these problems when we remember place value. We regroup or borrow from the next digit until we can subtract. Let's try one more without using the blocks. Okay, I baked 500 donuts for my school.
500?
And my dragon ate 195 donuts. That was a lot of donuts. Here we have the problem, 500 subtract 195. Just like before, we start with the ones place. We cannot take 5 away from 0, so we need to borrow from the tens place. In the tens place, we have 0, so we cannot borrow from the tens place either. We now look at the hundreds place.
Yay!
There is a 5 in the hundreds place, so we borrow 1 from it, which leaves 4 in the hundreds place.
All right, hang on, let's catch up. So, borrowing from the hundreds place. My 5 becomes a 4 because I gave 100 away to the tens place. My 0 in the tens place becomes 10 So they gave it 10 tens, my 100. Okay, let's keep going.
We put a 10 in the tens place to show the 100 that we borrowed. You do not stop there since we need to get to the ones place.
Gotta get to the ones
place. We now can
place.
borrow from the tens place since there is a 10 there. So we borrow one of the tens, and that leaves 9 in the tens place. Now we have a 10 in the ones place, and we can start subtracting. 10 subtract 5 is 5. In the tens place, we have 9 subtract 9, which is 0. The hundreds place has 4 subtract 1, which gives us 3. The answer is 305. I have 305 donuts left for my school.
305 donuts? Where are you guys? We gotta eat these
Thanks
305
I better
donuts.
get baking since I need a lot more donuts for my school. Goodbye.
Bye, you guys. I miss you guys. I hope this helps. Hopefully I'll see you soon.